So I decided to make this video in between videos because I'm completely off my calendar, off my schedule, and I'm way behind my videos. So I have a little list and I wanted to tell you what's going on.
I'm a creative still exploring the world and myself, here to inspire you through everyday videos as an artist, designer, father, gadget lover and food enthusiast. Stay curious, get inspired and be creative.
First and foremost is I'm still behind on my schedule. I still haven't posted. I'm gonna put a lot of B-rolls on the screen, so it's not just me talking, which could be boring because I tend to talk a lot. I'm disappointed that I couldn't post the Christmas video on time because there's a lot of material. There's fun present unpackaging, unboxing, and I really wanted to make this video public because it's very sincere and it will be a nice archive video for me to watch after a few years. I still haven't finished the street art tour video. I have the one last episode I need to post because I made a huge ginormous map with every single place we traveled to and I want to make like a consensus of everything, how it went, how people reacted to the videos, and should we make another tour in the future, maybe in spring or summer of this year, which is 2026. I'm making these videos because I want to talk to you. I don't get that much comments and I want to understand what I'm doing right, what I'm doing wrong, because I'm mostly a creative person and sometimes my head is a little bit way up in the clouds and I think way too many positive outcomes on my ideas, and most of the time I get pretty disappointed, but because they never come true. Second of all, and I have a wonderful trip to our capital city. I made a bunch of tiles and there's again this dilemma because I filmed every tile I made. This is not it, this is just an example. This is one of my clay tiles and I made a bunch of custom ones for the trip to Riga, and the problem is I have a lot of footage of how I'm making them, and the second part is how I'm taking my family, we're going on a trip, having some fun with the kids, then we're going sticker bombing, we're going drinking in a bar and leaving tiles and all that fun street art action, but I am worried that people won't be able to watch that long, so they maybe will check out the intro where I'm making the tiles, and the second part where I put them on the streets, nobody's gonna watch that. So I'm thinking of splitting it into like the creative side, how I'm making them, and the other is the action side. But yeah, what do you think? Because I understand nobody watches long videos. I'm a big lover of long videos, that's why I'm on the fence. I don't know, I would like to make one huge long video, but then again, nobody's gonna watch me having fun with my children and somewhere in the mix while I'm leaving my stickers and art tiles behind. But that's another thing I want to know. What should I do? The second thing, third thing, I found and I bought random new formats. This is basically, I think it's plastic and it's sandwiched in between aluminum, and I wanted to try something that is lighter than tiles because these clay tiles are pretty heavy, and if you watch the European street art tour, you know what I'm doing with them. I'm putting on a little bit of glue and then I'm leaving on facades or exteriors of all the buildings where nobody would be mad at me. And I visited some of those spots. We visited in spring and then I came back in autumn, in November, not in autumn, in winter, and all of them were gone. I took 9 tiles with me and the cities I visited, they were no longer there. Even the residue from this, which is basically a very, very super strong glue which turns into cement, not even a residue from this was left over. So I kind of a little bit sad. I thought that this is gonna stick at least for a year, but it's every single place I visited, they were gone. So I'm thinking maybe of changing format, and this is lightweight, this is easy to use, this is easy I can fit in my pocket, I don't know, in my bag, in my crossbody bag easily. I can fit 4 or even a bunch of these. The only problem with these is that the only way I can imagine sticking them outside is either on double-sided tape or on magnets and just blast them on signs. And you cannot put me in jail because it's on magnets. I'm not destructing any public property. The same goes with this one. It could be magnets, it could be double-sided tape, but the only problem is it takes a very long time to make them by hand. Where tiles, I usually don't even... you see this color? It's pretty good skin color for my mustache man. So all I need to do is just outline and color with markers. And that I can do relatively fast. Where this needs priming and this needs every attention of my skill to make them look good. And then leaving them on magnets and they will be gone in like an hour. I don't know. I'm still thinking what to do with these because I think these are fun projects, these are fun formats to use. But maybe I'll just stick with my tiles. But what we need to do is go out once more and just test drive this, because I don't believe people were able to rip them off if they were at least, because it hardens in 24 hours fully. That means every tile was taken in less than 24 hours, which I don't believe it's true. It can't be true. And the fourth thing I want to tell you, I'm getting ready. February is going to be very, very busy, but I'm getting ready to make my first zine because I got my first paid Patreon. And my Patreon tier is called Leather Club. There's like the Discord, Leather Club, and Art Club. And in Leather Club, I'm going to be sending out physical letters by snail mail. It's like almost like a newsletter, but more creative, and also written either by hand, or I'm still thinking how I'm gonna manage this. My idea is to make everything by hand, and then I'm gonna scan it, and then I'm gonna print it out. I just bought new inks for my photo paper, for my photo printer. I'm just gonna buy some fancy, a little bit thicker than usual office paper, and we're gonna print out, cut them, and make really nice zines. I'm thinking of this, which is basically a postcard format. In Europe, it's called A6. In USA, I don't know what it is, but it's basically a postcard format, which nicely fits into envelope. And I'm thinking of 12 or 18 pages, but I think for a beginner like me, we're gonna go with 12, because each and every page is gonna be handcrafted. I'm a graphic designer, so I kind of like to use my computer for everything that is graphic related, but this one we're gonna try and do with my lino cut cutouts. I have a bunch of non-printed. I have them cut them out and never printed, and they fit perfectly on this zine. So if this is something you want to get into, because this is in the February, this is going to be in the month of February, is going to be first zine. What are we going to do for March? I don't know. But if you come into this club, you will get this zine either way. Is it February or March? Because I'm going to make a bunch of those. And right now I only have one subscriber to this, and I'm really happy about that. I'm trying to move as fast as I can. I hope you can keep up with me. The fifth thing, I don't know when I'm gonna do this. This is the one problem. I'm laying in bed at night and thinking that I get so much work to do, and I cannot make anything that I like. Not meaning that I hate my job. I don't hate my job. I love my job, but I want to do more creative stuff, and I'm just not able to do that. And look at this. These are sardine cans. Empty, not sardine. What am I talking about? Tuna cans. Minerva, like the Deftones song. And I'm thinking of doing something creative with these because I wanted to get a little bit into sculpting, and I was thinking maybe we can put, you know, there's like this what is it called? Not Play-Doh, like Play-Doh for big children, Play-Doh for artists that hardens over time. So I'm thinking of making a face and making putting in eyes, teeth, and all that stuff, and then I don't know, attaching it somewhere with magnets. But I just like the design of these tuna cans. They're so nice. We brought them back from Italy, and they are really cool. So this is another project that is waiting for springtime to get outside and do more of street art stuff. Who watched it or didn't watch it, I've watched the video about the 4x4s. It's still with me, and I saw that Reno Gallery is gonna be making a live stream. So if you are, what's that time? It's 4 o'clock in the evening on 7th of February on their Instagram account. They're gonna be doing a live stream, so watch out. Maybe my painting is gonna be included in that video if it made it in time in post, because I mailed it out a little bit late because I wanted to make the previous video. I wanted to capture how I'm making these because this is new format for me. It's fun, it's cool, and I wanted to do something similar with these blue ones, but this one takes too much time. So I started maybe thinking, just what if I add just a sticker? But then again, what's the point? Then just add a sticker, just use a sticker. Why would you need this plastic base? I don't know, still thinking on it. So that's it from me. I tried to rush through everything I had to say. Of course, I wanted to talk more. I wanted to have some connection with you guys because it's, as I said, there's too much work and too little free time to do something creative. Also, it's dark, and I hate filming something in the dark. It's 3 o'clock in the afternoon and it's already getting dark, and I hate winter.